Morris, a great turnout, a fantastic day. These are always great events, and it's good to see it well attended.
Yes, it's the weather's fantastic. The turnout's exceeded expectations, and we're very hopeful that we'll also exceed last year's adoption on the day of 92%, and already the indications are that we'll do better than that. So it's great.
From an industry perspective, these are important days. Welfare is a big thing in the industry these days.
Yes, it is, and it's fundamental. It's fundamental to the industry having a long-term sustainable future. The industry will get judged on two very important things: integrity and welfare. So this is about letting the public know that greyhounds are a very sociable and a very good companion, and it's also about letting the public know that there's a pathway for them to be able to do their bit in adopting a greyhound. It's also a very strong message to the industry that there's a program and a charity in place for those participants who are unable to look after their dogs when the dogs have retired from racing, that there's a program that assists them to get the dogs looked after. It's lifetime care, and that's fundamental to the industry's future.
I guess that's a bit of a misconception too, is that GAP is actually under the GAP NSW umbrella. This is part of what we're trying to do for racing, the whole life cycle, as you said.
Absolutely. It's a charity, it's a registered charity, it's a formal organisation that exists, and its main purpose in life is to ensure that greyhounds have got a home when they're either unable to race or when they've retired from racing. It's fundamental to greyhound racing. It's just as important as the actual racing itself, because it's one of the areas that the greyhound racing industry will be judged on by government and by the general public as to how greyhounds are cared for, and then whether the industry has a long-term future. We get a licence from the government to run the racing program and for the industry to exist, and for that licence to continue to be renewed, we need to ensure that greyhounds are cared for when they're not racing every bit as much as they are cared for when they are racing.
As chairman of GAP NSW, you've seen the good times on the track, the $1 Million Chase last year, and obviously the Easter eggs just completed. It must be nice too to see the success of these days as well, because they're just as important.
Well, they are. As I mentioned before, a greyhound racing industry, for it to have a secure and sustainable future, it is about the racing program. It's also about days like today, in letting the public know that you can adopt a greyhound. They are wonderful, sociable animals that don't require a lot of care. Again, another myth that they require lots of exercise and lots of activity each and every day. Well, they don't. About 15 to 20 minutes of good exercise, that's enough, and they're very friendly. I'll give you a kiss. They're very good around kids, and so it's very well worth adopting a greyhound.
You must be proud of the figures over the last few years. They've really increased, and we're now doing good numbers.
Immensely proud. We've come from a very dark place, and to see, for example, the rehoming figures triple in just over 2 years, to see the adoption rates more than triple in just over 2 years is heartwarming, and it's a very good indication to me, and I'm sure to my colleagues, that we've got a bright future. We've just got to keep going on the right track.
And it is a national day, so it's not just New South Wales; it's the whole country getting behind this adoption program.
Absolutely, yep. It's a national day in New South Wales. It's an important day because our critics have often said that we do less than other states. So today is also about sending a very strong message that New South Wales wants to be Australia's leader in looking after greyhounds, in having greyhounds rehomed, and in adopting greyhounds.
Have you picked out a couple to take home with you?
Sasha, I'm taking her home.
Thanks, Morris.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you, mate.